All right, we are going to look at the first portion of Chapter 2, and you're going to feel a lot of deja vu with regards to Chapter 1, as it is going to be a continuation of what we've already gone through. And if we just do a quick review of Chapter 1 again, and we look at the general function y equals f of x, there are 4 different values that produce 4 different changes. If we have the a value in front of the f of x function, we know that's a vertical stretch, and the number added on at the back leads to a vertical translation up or down. The value inside the bracket with the x is a horizontal translation, and then we have our horizontal stretch being the number in front of the x. And don't forget also that if the a or the b value, the stretch values, if they're negative, that's a reflection or produces a reflection over the x or the y-axis. And all we're going to do is now we're going to apply that to root functions. So this would be an example of a root function, a square root function with the values a, b, h, and k still there, doing the same thing. So let's look at an actual example. We can see that each function in this graph is related to the graph y equals f of x, or y equals root x. And so the question is, how would the graph change? And what we're asked to do is to determine, well, which one of these show a stretch, which show a reflection, and which show a translation. And so if I were to go and grab this again and copy it onto this next page, that is not what I wanted. I want the equation. We are just going to basically compare the two and decide what's happening there. So when I look at this and I look at that first equation, I see there's definitely going to be, not a b value, an a value that's in front of the root, and we have that minus 2 would correspond to an h. So the a value is definitely a stretch, and the h value is a translation. So we're definitely going to have a stretch here and also a translation. When I look at the next one, I see there's a negative in front of that, but underneath the root, so that's your b value. So that's a reflection. We've got another horizontal translation, and now we have a vertical translation as well. It's outside the root. And so we have both translation now, and we have a reflection. So I can drag that over here, and this guy would be a reflection. So you can probably guess that this two guys is going to go here and here, and it's right, because if you look at this number in front, that will lead, that's your a value. You can see the answers are popping up there. And the 5 here is your b value, which is your horizontal stretch. So as I said before, you're going to feel a lot of deja vu in this section, and as you look at examples, we're going to do some graphing and go through careful changes. In this question, we're going to look at what happens when there's a minus in front of the root, which we know is a reflection. What happens when the b value is 1/2? Well, we know that's a horizontal stretch, and there's also a horizontal translation. And we're going to look at a couple different ones and apply it to a situation, and then get to your assignment. That's it. Nothing too hard, and I will help you get through it. Talk to you again soon.